Today I'd like to do a video about the process of doing art. I don't have the technical ability or equipment to show myself in the process, but I have different paintings at different stages, so today I thought I'd look at those. This painting is one that I did a few years ago, quite a few years ago, and I didn't like it. It had a third flower in there, and I didn't care for the background, so a couple days ago I redid the background, and I took out the third flower, which was there. You can't really tell. Maybe you can tell a little bit. I will put in another flower. This one didn't take any drawing. I just set up the curtains, and then looked at some flowers and put them in. What I start with is with a ground, either on a stretched canvas or a piece of cutout canvas, as I showed in a recent video. This one I had in my sketch, put together in my pad of canvas pieces. I'll start with a ground of different colors. This one I did with raw umber, and now I have washed over it with about 4 or 5. I'm trying to keep it to a minimal palette. It's just, so far I've just washed on top of the ground, which is the underpainting. I have done a tonal wash of these colors to get my lights and darks, my masses in place. It won't require any drawing. If I did draw, I would probably do it with a few strokes of charcoal, which can be easily lifted off. When I want to do something that requires a lot of drawing, this is just something I started for fun, really, and it's turned into a bit of a problem. First I did kind of a drawing, almost a thumbnail sketch, to figure out what I wanted to do. Then I did this just as a study to get my colors. It's a loader, a machine, and a dog, my dog. But the problem was the wheel. You don't look at the wheel straight on. The perspective is a little tricky, and when I drew it, I didn't like what I drew. So this time I did something that, like this. On a full sheet of paper, I drew the whole wheel. Well, I've still got it upside down. I drew the whole wheel. No, that's what's wrong. And then I found out my perspective, did a rough in rough, and this is how I found out where the dog was going to be standing. I put charcoal on the back and just transferred it onto here to see where I was wrong. And I had the hub in the wrong place. It was too far that way. That was the main problem. You can't tell that until you draw the whole wheel sometimes. So I'm drawing this in pencil because some of it is going to have to be really exact. Then I will seal it in with liquid and turpentine, a mix, so that when I start painting it, I don't lose my marks. If it was just charcoal, I would lose my drawing. This is something that I did a long time ago. I did it plein air and I don't like it. Well, I like the idea of it and I like some of it. So I will, with oil paints, you can do this. I will just go over the part, take out the parts I don't like, cover over, and then see, I don't like that right there. I don't like those leaves, and I will just repaint it in. You can do that with oils. Something I've been thinking about that I wanted to include in this was this question I found in an art book. If art was my religion, how would I practice it? I've thought about that for a couple of years now. I can't remember whose book it was. And I could never come to the answer, and I realized the question is intrinsically wrong. Art is something I do, and my religion is something I am. God in me has absorbed my life. He's inhabited my life. So my art is separate from me in a way that it's what comes out of me. And what I am is what it encompasses my art. Art is a discipline. I do. It's kind of like these pencil crayons here that I drew. It's impossible for something to come out of us that we don't have in us. God is in me, so that's what comes out. It reminds me of a lady who had a gallery, and she said, "I'll show your stuff, but not your religious pieces." And I was stunned. I thought, I don't separate them one from another. Like, this, is that religious or not? That's determined by whoever sees it, I suppose. And it came out of me being I don't like the word religious, but being a person that God inhabits. The idea from this came from something that I was thinking over in my mind with God. So anyway, that's the process, part of it, what I can show in a small amount of time. Nice talking to you.